Beware, parents, if you didn't know, Spongebob is indoctrinating your kids to be liberals, to be liberal tree huggers who believe that climate change is an issue. Well, it's according to Fox News anyway. Fox and Friends devoted multiple segments the other day to attacking SpongeBob SquarePants for telling kids what is the truth about global warming. That's the reality. So, Lewis.
Climate change.
Right, of course. Climate change, and a component of that is global warming. This is, you have to be conscious of this, ladies and gentlemen. That evil, insidious SpongeBob SquarePants is someone we need to watch out for. Let's take a listen to this so-called report from Fox and Friends. It's pretty unbelievable.
Well, we all know that SpongeBob is popular with the kids, and for the life of me, I still keep trying to figure out why it is.
I'm with you. I don't get
I
it.
mean,
Sponge
every time,
in the ocean.
My kids watch limited TV, but every time they choose that show, I'm like, why? But anyway, it's hard to even follow sometimes. Anyway, now maybe that'll be a good thing, because SpongeBob is talking a lot about global warming, and he's only looking at it from one point of view.
SpongeBob, you're wasting me precious carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide?
I'm pumping it into the atmosphere, boy. Thanks to global warming, the temperature will soon go through the roof, and then we'll have an endless summer.
Why do you want an endless summer, Mr. Krabs?
So I can open my latest money-making venture, the Krusty Pool. Who turned up the heat? SpongeBob, what are you doing?
Just throwing another tire on the fire for global warming, Mr. Krabs.
Okay, so what happened July 20th, the Department of Education invited a bunch of D.C. kids in, and they had this festivity, and they handed out these particular Nickelodeon books where clearly Nickelodeon is pushing a global warming agenda. And while there is no disputing the fact that the Earth is getting a little warmer, the big question is it man-made, or is it just one of those gigantic climactic, phases that we're going? For a while we're cold, and then we get warm.
Right. Okay. So I won't subject you to the rest of
So
Steve
because
Ducey's.
there's one episode of SpongeBob that deals with this, talks about this, Nickelodeon is pushing an agenda?
Forget about that. That's one argument. And Natan wants to get in on this, apparently. What do you want to say about this, Natan?
A couple things. First of all, the fact that who's this anchor at Fox News, the one who started the segment?
Gretchen Carlson.
Gretchen Carlson, yeah. She finds SpongeBob hard to follow. That's the first thing that caught my attention.
Yeah, I think if you find SpongeBob hard to follow, you shouldn't be commenting on anything.
Right. Maybe if it's so hard for her to follow, maybe she shouldn't be commenting on it.
She probably can't follow the science of global warming if she can't follow SpongeBob.
That's a good point. We have to assume if Gretchen Carlson can't follow SpongeBob, why would we be listening to her about the science about climate change? It's a brilliant point. And here's the thing. Scientists, forget about whether one episode is an indoctrination. Scientists aren't divided about whether or not climate change is man-made, okay? A 2009 poll, 82% of scientists believe human activity has an effect. 97% of climatologists agree human activity is a factor, okay? I understand their concern, though. I know SpongeBob is related to Connie the contraceptive sponge, also a bitter enemy of Fox News. But let's be honest, we heard in the first few seconds, Gretchen Carlson can't even follow SpongeBob. Why would we listen to her about climate change?
But you know what? Maybe Fox News is right. I mean, SpongeBob is biased. It's biased in favor of reality.
Right, no, of course. Facts have a liberal bias, apparently, many times.